A new law targets first responders who are often overlooked. There are more than 3,500 electrical line workers across the state. These are the people who race to restore power knocked out by a storm or disaster.
It is a dangerous job, and for the first time, families of line workers killed on duty can now receive new benefits. The widow behind the change lost her husband in 2025. 10 News Nashville reporter Sam Perez explains her efforts to help other families facing similar loss.
Chance Carlton was a 32-year-old line worker from Carroll County. He died in April 2025 while trying to restore power during a storm. Now this legislation is named in his honor.
Chance loved his job.
Just one part of what Samantha Carlton says made her husband who he was.
I've known Chance for 12 years, and we were married for right at 7.
She tells me her husband was a wonderful singer, a loving father to his 2 children, and a follower of God. He also worked unpredictable hours as a lineman.
Birthday parties, family gatherings, 2 a.m., no respect of time, and it happens, and his phone rings and out he goes.
That's what happened on April 3rd, 2025, when Samantha says her husband left her home during a storm just after 11 that night. A few hours later,
they had told us that the guys had had a wreck and that the driver was stable and had been sent to the hospital, but that they couldn't get Chance out of the truck.
Her 2-income family went to 1 income as she grieved while trying to support her 2 kids. Samantha realized line workers were not considered first responders and were not eligible for death benefits from the state like law enforcement officers, firefighters, and EMS personnel are. It's why she connected with Representative Dennis Powers.
My father was a police officer, and so, I know what it is to lose a family member. He died 3 months before he retired.
Powers got to know Samantha and her family, and ultimately they worked to pass the Chance Carlton Act.
We named it the Chance Carlton Act to honor him and all those linemen across Tennessee, that go out there when we're losing power, and they go out there and risk everything to get us back online.
When he died, it was like all these amazing things this man had done. Singing, being a Christian, being a husband, being a father, being a community member, all of it was minimized to that last moment. And I hated it. I absolutely hated it. And so now it's kind of like, now when it's his name that you see, it's this bill, it's this law, it's something that takes care of the men that do the things that he died doing.
While this legislation does not work retroactively and won't benefit the Carlton family, his wife tells me she's grateful it'll have an impact on other families moving forward. In Nashville, I'm Sam Perez.
That change in law now offers families a $50,000 payment across 5 years.